What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Bekah, and today I'm sharing my full experience and review of the Magic Kingdom fireworks dessert party. Now, what I decided to do was save that vlog footage from our dessert party night to include in this video. So if you watched our Magic Kingdom Day vlog, then you noticed a huge chunk of our evening was missing, and that's why. So I've saved that footage to include here. That way I can give you guys way more information and give you guys the inside scoop with all of the details. So let's go ahead and dive in. Let's first start with what is the Magic Kingdom fireworks dessert party, what's included, the price point, some basic information, and then I'll get into our full experience. So what the fireworks dessert party is, this is a special ticketed event that happens almost every night at Magic Kingdom with the exception of holiday party nights, so Halloween party, Christmas party, any of those nights where the parks will close early. Obviously, this special ticketed event does not happen on those nights. So any normal night at Magic Kingdom, you can purchase a ticket for this dessert party. So it's available all the time. So there are actually 3 different versions of this dessert party that happen every night. And I'll go over each of the 3 and the price point and all of that. So depending on which one you book, this will vary, but how it works is an hour and a half prior to the fireworks, you're gonna make your way to the Tomorrowland Terrace near the Plaza restaurant. And here you'll have access to unlimited desserts, soft drinks, and alcoholic beverages. So you can enjoy these for as long as you'd like, and then right before the fireworks start, depending on what time you want to head down, you can go down 30 minutes before or 10 minutes before, down to the hub grass right in front of the Plaza restaurant, and here is your private reserved fireworks viewing location. So that is pretty much what's included. You're paying for the unlimited desserts and drinks, and then your private reserved viewing location for the fireworks. Now let's talk about the 3 different versions of this party. So there is the pre-party, the seated terrace version of the party, and then an after party. So we've done the pre-party twice and we love it, and I'll share why later in the video. But to give you an idea on price point, because this is a little bit of a splurge, so we'll talk about if it's worth it and all of that as well. So the pre-party and the after party have the same price point. It is gonna be $99 per adult, and then $59 per child, and then any child under the age of 3 is free, of course, just as any other Disney ticket. And then for the seated terrace version of the party, so you don't go over to the hub grass for this, you would actually stay right on the patio of the Tomorrowland Terrace, and you can stay seated at your table and watch the fireworks from that patio area. So the price is a little bit higher for this one. The price is $114 per adult and $69 per child. Personally, I love the pre-party, which is why we chose to do it a second time. And the reason I love it is because the night that we went, the fireworks started at 9:20. So our check-in time at the Tomorrowland Terrace was 7:50. So we had a full hour and a half to enjoy the desserts and the drinks, and then about 15-20 minutes before the fireworks, we went down to the hub grass, and then as soon as the fireworks were over, we let the crowd kind of fizzle out a little bit for about 10-15 minutes, and then we left the park and went straight back to our resort. Whereas with the after party, you are starting your evening in the hub grass, and then as soon as the fireworks are over, then you move into the Tomorrowland Terrace for your desserts. So you're looking at a pretty late evening, especially if you have little ones. And for the seated terrace version of the party, same thing as the pre-party, you check in an hour and a half prior to the fireworks, and then instead of leaving to go down to the hub grass, you just stay at your table. But the reason that I don't think this one specifically is a great value is because 1, you're not able to see the projections, and 2, because the roof of the patio comes over, depending on where you're seated, your view of the fireworks could possibly be obstructed and you really wouldn't have that great of a view. Personally, I just think you have a way better view down on the hub grass, and you have way more space, and I like the idea of sitting at your table and, you know, continuing to enjoy your desserts and drinks while the fireworks are going off. It sounds great, but I don't think the view is going to be as spectacular as the hub grass. So that's just something to consider if you are thinking about the seated version, and it is a little bit pricier, so take that into consideration as well. But personally, I love the pre-party because as soon as the fireworks are done, we can head back to the resort, especially because we have a toddler. It just worked great for us. And a couple other helpful details that I thought I would answer here as well. So there are gluten-free options. So if you aren't able to partake in the dessert buffet that they have out in the Tomorrowland Terrace, you can request a gluten-free plate and they will bring that from the back out directly to your table. And it's almost like a custom plate that they've put together for you, and they'll put a bunch of different options on there and they'll bring it again directly to your table, and it's all gluten-free. So that's available as well for no additional charge. And then another helpful piece of information that I had to look into actually was because it was supposed to rain all day on our Magic Kingdom day. And so I thought, well, what if the fireworks get canceled? That's always the question. What do? We've bought these tickets. We had to purchase them in advance. What if it rains and now the dessert party doesn't happen? So in the event of rain, you have a couple different options. One, you can call Disney and just get a refund. Or if you do have another day that you're gonna be at Magic Kingdom, you can get those tickets transferred over to that night. So you do have a couple of options, which is really nice. But if it does rain, don't worry, you're not just out money. You can get a refund or move your tickets and save them for another time. All right, so now I'm gonna share some of the footage from that night. I share our check-in experience, and I share all of the desserts and drinks that are included. I share kind of my on-the-spot thoughts while we're sitting down, so I'll share that as well. And then I share us walking over into the hub grass so you can see the exact location, where to park your stroller, and then our view of the actual fireworks and how we were able to have about, I mean, it was a good 10 to 15 feet of empty space in front of us for our toddler to just run and play, and you'll see it all in the footage, but it was so amazing. So let's just dive into it.
We are about to go check in to our fireworks dessert party. All right, so it is located in the Tomorrowland Terrace, and then there's the check-in stand right in here. And then here's our reserved table, and so we were able to bring our stroller in. It is tight, so they recommend parking it, but we're just gonna keep ours here just because it's pretty compact. And then, yeah, super nice. So exciting. And here are the food and drinks that are included with the dessert party. So you have non-alcoholic sparkling cider, and then here's your dessert table. So cookies, chocolate-covered strawberries, mini chocolate cakes, mini key lime pies, warm sugar donuts with strawberry sauce, cake pops, fruit, more cookies, a cheese platter, and then a crepe bar. So here you can make your own crepe. And then up against the other side of the wall is where all of your drinks are. So you have water, tea, lemonade, milk, juice, coffee, and then back in the corner is the alcoholic beverages. So unlimited wine, beer, and champagne.
Okay, so we're wrapping up, but the question that I get all the time is the fireworks dessert party worth it? So personally, I think yes. Whoa, Ellie Rose. Okay, the reason that I really do think it's worth it is the desserts are great. I mean, and especially now that alcoholic beverages are included, I think it really increases the value. There's wine, beer, and champagne. And then, of course, all the desserts and soft drinks and coffee and all the things. But what really makes it worth it is the hub grass viewing location. Especially if you have little ones like us. We have a 2-year-old, and her watching the fireworks just in her stroller, like jam-packed on the sidewalk, is not the ideal experience for us. And so to have a little bit of room where we can spread out and let her have a little bit of breathing room, she can run around and dance and play and watch the fireworks without anyone standing in front of her, that's, I feel like, what we're paying for. So again, I think if you have little ones, Ellie's banging the fork on the table. If you have little ones, I really think it's worth it. And if you're gonna splurge on something, if you're looking for something to splurge on your vacation, whether it's like a signature dining experience or, you know, I don't know, there's so many things you can splurge on, but this is one of the many things. And I think this is probably one of the best things you can splurge on if you have little ones, because again, of that viewing location. And it's, I think, about 8:45 right now. The fireworks start at 9:20. So we have, you know, still about a half hour to make it down there. We got here about 7:50, almost 8 o'clock. So you get 45 minutes to an hour of just relaxing and drinking and eating and just hanging out. And then you can go kind of hang out on the hub grass and kind of find your little spot and just relax without having to stress about squeezing in somewhere and fighting the crowds and staking out a spot, you know, an hour and a half in advance. We saw people lining up for the fireworks at 7:30. I mean, almost 2 hours in advance, which is just crazy to me. But people do that to get the prime spot on the curb or by the fence or something. And so, again, it's just worth it for that location. And, you know, the desserts and drinks are great, but if you have little ones, the hub grass is where it's at.
And then here's where we walk up and show our wristbands. And this is what it looks like at 8:50 p.m. So we still have 30 minutes until the fireworks start. And there's still plenty of room, but right when the fireworks start, everyone will stand up. And another note is that we do have to park our stroller along this back little gate right here. So we just can't bring our stroller up close. But other than that, we can go anywhere else as long as our stroller's back here. And there's Ellie Rose, reclined in the hub grass. So yeah, still lots of room. And yeah. This is why we are so thankful for the fireworks dessert party. Because she gets to run around and play. And we have plenty of room. You're gonna go to Target?
I want to go to Target.
You're gonna go to Target? Girl, Target and Disney World, that is all me. Basically the same place. I mean, let's be real. Target is the Disney World of home. Oh my goodness. If anyone is wondering how a 2-year-old does at 9 o'clock, way past their bedtime, this is what it looks like. Just totally wild and insane. Well, of course she's chill now, but a minute ago it was like, I mean, just, hey, don't bang that. Don't bang that. Are you excited for the fireworks? She's so loopy and just delirious right now. Yay!
Good evening. Tonight we gather in people taking an easy way.
That was so sweet and so magical. I mean, wouldn't you agree? I mean, just seeing Ellie Rose, like,
Precious.
it was just,
So excited.
oh my goodness, seeing her face and just like the awe on her face. Every time it would pause and, you know, switch scenes, you know, scenes to the next set of fireworks, she'd be like, fireworks again, or no, it's flowerworks. Fireworks again. And she'd freak out thinking they were over. She loved them so much. So anyway, just so magical, so sweet. I just cannot recommend the fireworks dessert party enough. This hub grass area, we had probably a solid 15 feet of space, of just empty space in front of us. And Ellie was able to run around and
not, I don't know, we didn't feel like we had to like, wait, come back, like stay over here, back with us. Like she had full reign to just have this whole area back here. And it was so nice to not feel like we were just on top of people. There were no strollers bumping into us. There was no other family like rubbing shoulders with us. It was so nice. And we had all this space. So now we've probably been here, it cleared out 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago. And instead of trying to do like the mad dash out of the park, we're just hanging out here where it's just so low stress in the hub grass. It cleared out pretty quick. I'm surprised that people just left, but we're taking advantage of this space for as long as possible. And we'll probably head out in the next few minutes, but it looks, yeah, oh, the pathway's already cleared out way more than it was. I mean, we'll be able to just breeze right out. So highly recommend. You don't even have to wait 30 minutes. I mean, just 10 minutes even gives all those crowds enough space and time. I still would avoid Main Street. So we're standing close to the plaza is right behind me. And then there's this entrance that they open right here. And then that cuts around Main Street. So that's what we're gonna do. So recommend staying closer to the plaza restaurant side and don't go down Main Street on your way out. But that's been our experience. So again, I just can't recommend this enough. Ellie's getting antsy, so we're gonna go, but oh, this was so magical and so sweet.
Okay, so that was our experience. As you can see, we had a fantastic view of the fireworks. My toddler, Ellie Rose, had so much room to run and play, and fireworks for her, that was the highlight of our trip. So I'm so glad looking back that that was the thing we splurged on, because again, that was the thing that she loved the most. And probably the biggest perk for us with a 2.5-year-old is that we didn't have to stake out a spot 30 minutes to an hour in advance to find a location that was going to be accommodating for a toddler. I saw people staking out their spot in front of the castle for the fireworks 2 hours before they were scheduled. So that's just unrealistic when you have little ones, and there's no way that that would have worked for us. And so to get a good spot where she had enough room, where she could run around, where we weren't rubbing shoulders with anyone next to us, we weren't, you know, trying to squeeze our stroller in between another family, and it was so nice for us to be able to spread out. Again, Ellie had more than enough room to run around, and she was screaming and just having a blast, and I didn't feel like we were bothering anybody. That was a big thing for me. I didn't want to feel like we were intruding on someone else's family space. It was just so nice, and we went down 15 minutes before the fireworks started, maybe 20 minutes. We got to enjoy our desserts and drinks for about an hour, and then we casually made our way down to the hub grass. There was no pressure to, you know, where are we gonna stand? Hurry, hurry, quick, quick. It was so relaxing and the perfect way to finish out our night at Magic Kingdom, especially if you only have one day at Magic Kingdom and you know this is your only opportunity to see the fireworks. This is a fantastic way to do that. So here are the people I would recommend the dessert party for. So the first time I did the dessert party, it was just me and my husband Andy, and we were on our baby moon, so I was pregnant, and I knew going into that trip, I do not want to stake out a spot and just stand for an hour somewhere. Being on your feet pregnant is not ideal for hours and hours at a time, and I knew we were gonna be walking all day already, so I thought, how can I get off my feet? How can we still view the fireworks tonight without having to just stand around for an hour and without having to sit down on the pavement or a curb for an hour pregnant, you know? So how can I still be comfortable and view the fireworks? And so that's when I learned about the dessert party. And at the time, alcoholic drinks were not included, but I believe it was the same price. So it's really a better value now because beer, wine, and champagne is included. But it obviously didn't matter for me back then because I was pregnant. So anyway, you know, we got to relax and we made some friends next to us and we enjoyed the desserts and the sparkling apple cider, and then we got to go to the hub grass and I got to sit down in the grass, you know, 10 minutes before the fireworks started, and then we had this incredible view of the fireworks. It was amazing, and we waited for the crowds to clear out for a few minutes, and then we got to head back to our resort. So that was the first time we did the dessert party. I was pregnant, and it was just a great way to still have this spectacular fireworks experience and eliminating an hour of being on my feet after an already very long day. I would also recommend the dessert party for any family with young kids, specifically babies and toddlers, because if they are under the age of 3, they are free. So Ellie was able to eat off my plate and just kind of snack on some fruit and a little cupcake, and that was kind of all she wanted anyway. So it would have been silly. I would have felt silly to have bought her own ticket, and so because she's 2.5, I didn't have to buy her a ticket though. So I only paid for myself, and it worked out perfect. But even if you have to pay for a child's ticket, I think it's still worth considering, especially if you have multiple kids. Again, trying to stake out a spot for the fireworks can be stressful enough, and adding young kids into the mix who aren't as patient as adults, but actually, let's be real, we adults are not patient either. So, you know, it's great for everybody, honestly, but it allows you to escape the chaos and have your fireworks experience in the evening feel a little more low-key, way more relaxed, and your kids aren't, you know, when are the fireworks starting and mommy, like, it just eliminates the chaos. So that's why I would recommend the dessert party if you have young kids. And again, especially if you have babies and toddlers under the age of 3, this is going to be a great value for the experience you're getting, because ultimately at that age, I viewed it as us paying for the Hubgrass viewing location and less about the desserts. But I'll be honest, having a couple glasses of champagne at the end of the night was a very nice bonus, I will add. But again, the viewing location in the Hubgrass really was where I saw our money going, because I knew Ellie Rose. I knew that she was going to be all over the place, and I knew that this would accommodate her the best and give her the best experience. So depending on what age your little ones are, if they're older, you know, maybe the desserts are where you get most of your money's worth, you know, and everyone's going to go crazy and just, you know, it's a free-for-all. Or maybe it is more about the Hubgrass and you're not having to deal with the crowds and the chaos. But if you have young kids, I highly recommend the dessert party. Lastly, is it worth it? For me personally, it's no surprise that yes, it was 100% worth it for us. But I also realized that I only paid for my ticket. It was just me and my mom, and then my 2.5-year-old daughter. So, you know, I only paid the $199 ticket. So I realized that if you have a large family, if you have 2 adults, 3 children, that is a pricey night. So it is definitely something that you would splurge on. And to be honest, it's really just like any other experience at Disney World, whether it's staying at a deluxe resort or, you know, a signature dining experience, a ticketed event like the Christmas party, and, you know, you have your whole family and you're spending so much money on these experiences. Only you can really decide for your family if it's worth it because of the price tag. So you really have to decide, is this something that is valuable to us, and do we have our hearts set on having this amazing fireworks viewing experience, or is everyone in our family just kind of about the fireworks, take it or leave it? So you really have to determine what are those priorities for your trip and then budget accordingly. But for us, 100% worth it because we have a toddler and for all of the reasons I explained in this video. I love the dessert party, and honestly, as long as Ellie Rose is little, we will never not do the dessert party. I just think it makes the most sense for us, and it gives us the best fireworks experience for her, knowing how much she loves the fireworks, and it allows us to really make the most of our Magic Kingdom day, because typically we don't have multiple days at Magic Kingdom. We usually just have one. So it's a perfect way to make the most of our day and really maximize our park ticket. All right, well, that is my full review on the Magic Kingdom fireworks dessert party. I hope this was helpful. I hope this helped answer some questions that you had, and I hope it was fun seeing our experience at the dessert party as well. And make sure to check out our day 2 to Magic Kingdom Day vlog if you want to see the rest of our day prior to the dessert party. I'll have that linked down below as well. But thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments down below. I would love to chat with you guys. And make sure that you are subscribed if you're not already. I would love for you to stick around for more Disney content, and that way you can be notified when my next video goes up. And make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you found this helpful. And I think that's it. So thank you guys again, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.